Hello and welcome to another video. Today I'm gonna explain to you how I shot and edited these photos from my Instagram post because a lot of people have been asking how I shoot, how I edit, etc. etc. Just so you know, the photos were not planned. I was actually shooting a video that day, but it was such a beautiful sunset and it would have been a shame to miss the opportunity to take some photos. That being said, I wasn't ready with any photography equipment like a flash or a bouncer or anything like that. So everything I did was just with a camera and some reflections of the buildings to light up the subject for a bit. A few rules when you're taking photos, or at least when I take photos. For me, it's very important to expose for the highlights. I try to preserve the highlights as much as possible, and also the white balance. It is very important and it's gonna save you a lot of time in editing. So these photos were edited with a preset that I did probably a long time ago. To be fair, I don't know the settings anymore. So now we're just gonna freestyle and I'm gonna try to explain to you what I'm doing, how I'm doing, and how I got the results that I got. So without wasting any more time, let's get into it. So as I said, as you can see in this photo, it is exposed for the highlights. I try to preserve as much as possible of the highlights. So by exposed, I mean underexposed, because you can't really see much in the photo. But yeah, I trusted my instinct and my years of experience. This is one of the photos that have been edited with my preset. As you see, there are quite a few changes here, here, and also at the bottom. What I like to do is to use this one, especially when I have the conditions for it. I like to use this one to create more of that teal and orange look and so on and so forth, to make that contrast in between the colors. So let's start. First of all, we're gonna have to expose the photo properly. Okay, we add a bit of contrast to it. Try not to add too much. Lower a bit the highlights to preserve the highlights, of course. Let's try to raise the shadows just a tiny bit. We want to have contrast, but you don't want it to be too much contrasty, otherwise we're gonna lose the details in the shadows. Okay. Then we're going here, we're doing the basics, shadows, blue, blue, teal, it's your choice. Highlights in mid-tones towards the yellow orange-ish. It's looking quite decent already. So let's see if we can do something with the calibration. As you see with this one, technically I'm targeting the greens in the photo. There's no such a perfect recipe, it's just however you feel the photo to be. So creativity is not perfect, creativity doesn't have a perfect solution. We are playing around with the dials until we get the right colors that are pleasant to the eyes, or at least to our eyes. I might not be able to dial to nail exactly the editing that I had in the previous photos. Actually, before this, let me go a bit to the curves. So first one, I add a small S curve. Okay. Okay. Okay, now for me the sun is a bit too yellow. So what I can do, it's either play with a white balance, not very happy with the result, or go here to the HSL, hue, saturation, luminance, and you can choose any of them. Click this, I choose the hue, yeah, and I can target a certain color and change its hue. and I like it more, a bit more orange. Okay, for the shadows as well, I kind of like this blue, but let me see if I can do something with the hue as well. Okay, bring the saturation up. I think it's a perfect mix between the blue and the orange. Okay, let's see if we can do something with this as well. To be fair, I think I'm happier with this result than with the first one. So this was the after, before, after, and this is the first photo. It's decent, but to be fair, I think I prefer this one more. It seems more punchy. One more thing, as you can see, the skin seems to be a bit too red. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to choose the person, facial and body skin, and I'm going to target only the colors from the skin. I think I'm going to bring them a bit towards the blue. Yeah, to get rid of that redness that is casted from the sun. Okay, that's pretty much it. You don't need to waste too much time on it, but to be fair, in order to get this teal and orange look, it's easier of course if you shoot at sunrise or sunset. And yeah, what I try to do as much as possible in any of my photos, if I don't use the preset, because sometimes not all the presets work, even if I made them, sometimes I'm not even happy with them myself. Yeah, lately I became lazy, so I just technically pop a filter on top as a starting point, and I just tweak a little bit the settings, but not much. But sometimes the presets don't work and you have to start from scratch. What I try to do is with any of these dials, I try to bring a contrast. I try to bring contrast as much as possible because this is pleasant to the eyes. There are many colors that are in contrast, but I prefer to go with this teal and orange whatever look. Hope it helps. I try not to keep it too long. I try to keep it quite small and concise, and to be fair, I hope it's gonna help you. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe because it helps a lot, and also follow on Instagram to see more amazing posts like these photos. Until next time, keep shooting!